Select the team you want to join. Start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the right. Start the regular season by selecting your season goal.
Saquon Barkley, welcome to the NFL. It's the coach. You're tuned in week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, Giants fans will see the debut of their dynamic new runner, number 2 overall pick, Saquon Barkley. As the New York Giants are in for a test, facing one of the toughest defenses in the NFL, the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll be back at halftime with a look ahead to the early games. Let's get back up to MetLife Stadium. Here are Brandon Gutton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, the visiting Jaguars, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, you can be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They'll be led out by their quarterback from Central Florida. It's Blake Bortles.
And you can see why he was the number 3 pick when he came out in the NFL draft. 6'5", sturdy guy, strong arm, led his UCF team to a big bowl victory over Baylor, and runs the ball way better than he's ever given credit for.
Now a first carry for TJ Yeldon. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Now the offensive unit now for the Jaguars.
And Leonard Fournette commands a lot of attention, not just because he was the first 1,000-yard running back for Jacksonville since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. It's because his ability to hit the hole fast, to knock people over when he's carrying the football, and to run away from people when he gets to the open field. He actually has changed the identity of the Jacksonville offense. I'm looking forward to watching him for years to come. If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the rhythm of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Give a 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, get that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Just a gain of yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
This is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D-line to make the play.
And that is incomplete. And the Jaguars set out their punter. Back deep is Odell Beckham. There's a field at the 7. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be commanded by the veteran QB, the former Walter Payton Man of the Year in the league, Eli Manning.
You look at the numbers that Eli Manning posted in 2017, there's plenty of cause for concern. Lowest yards per completion of his career, fewest yard passes since 2008. His numbers continue to drop in terms of touchdowns and rising in terms of interceptions. But he's one of the fiercest competitors in the league, even if you can't tell it by his demeanor. And no, you don't hear about workout program like Tom Brady and Drew Brees.
He's got it, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that will result in 35 yards. So manning to back him in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the auto and says more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
Now the first NFL carry from Saquon Barkley. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. And the starting offense now for the Giants.
Let's spotlight Odell Beckham Jr., who had a 1,000-yard season in his first year in the league, despite not playing a full season, and that announced his presence with authority. How about this? The former cover athlete from Madden NFL 16 has done nothing but pile up 1,000-yard seasons since.
Manning to throw on second down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. And the meat on the D-line. We'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman and have to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun now for Manning. He finds Beckham complete. And will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, 41 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead.
As a fan, is anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and about the run after to get it to the end zone.
Rosas true blue on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it was finished up by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Jags heading out on offense. Last year we said, Charles, one of these years it has to come together for the Jaguars, doesn't it? Well, guess what? It certainly did. They won double-digit games for the first time in 10 seasons, and they picked up 2 more wins in the playoffs before falling in that tough one to New England.
And decided that on offense, they were going to be a team that knocked off the ball and ran it. That's why they drafted Leonard Fournette out of LSU. He gave them some toughness and an identity. Quarterback Blake Bortles, often criticized, but elevated his play in the playoffs, both with his legs and his arm. For the defense, that's where the big transition happened. Yannick Ngakoue coming off the edge. Calais Campbell, maybe the best player on defensive line in the league last season. But Jalen Ramsey out at corner, he gives them their swagger, he gives them their look, and he gives them great play on the edge.
Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Not hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Now Leonard Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they're looking at a third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he didn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sport fuel company.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. Shotgun now, Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defense basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect play.
Odell Beckham now marching back on the field. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in his zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And he gets blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It'll be a pickup, only a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
But then you keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight out.
And forces 4th down. Eli Manning getting ready to go again on offense. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception, even though you're playing well, your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that, because they think there should be any blemishes on their...
And that caught inside the 35. Touchdown, New York. Sterling Shepard, 83 yards. And the Giants straight quickly here for 6 points. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. Just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch the field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Rosas now to kick this one away. It's fielded in the end zone, and he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on touchback. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out, we saw a second ago, are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say? Guys were forming together, 2 or 3 guys. No more of those. There'll be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like the punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, the nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well. I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
Bortles now on first down. Over the middle complete. It's Cole. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
Back-to-back good plays. Have them on the move on first down.
Green 80. Green 80.
They go play action here on first down. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Dante Moncrief, his first touchdown as a Jacksonville Jaguar. The Jaguars have cut it back within a score. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do, because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Giants making their way out, and at this point you would have to think that all mentions of last year maybe erased from team history, or at least that's what they want. It clearly, Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, the talent on this team, too good for another 3-13 finish, right?
And I think that was reflected in their draft in 2018. Because it was an all-out rebuild.
There goes Sterling Shepard. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, 77 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now 21-7. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what this side did.
Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. 7 yards, the pick up on the pitch and catch.
I don't think fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. A reminder, coming up at the half, we hook up with a new guy, Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll highlights and analysis, and more importantly this year, scores and stats from around the league here in Week 1. So do not press that skip button. On third down, Fournette, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? Play the offense. They might catch the defense on bounce with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for him.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Cody Latimer, 48 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and a lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And who's got it? The Giants.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So the fumble recovery, and now Anning. Anson to his left. And it's incomplete. It's a dangerous pass. That's what it was. And it brings up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw it in. Manning. Swatty. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6.
Well, that's the kickstarter right there. Eli Manning finding his guy, Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah, it's a deadly combination, isn't it?
It really is, but what really makes it work is just how flappable Eli is with his demeanor, able to maintain his calm and his poise, because we know OBJ, he can run pretty hot and get excited out there.
Sometimes one-handed grabs for him.
It doesn't matter what it is, just throw it up there, he'll go get it.
This will be caught just inside the 10. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Manning to throw once more. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. In the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Giants add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Rosas now to kick this one away. This is taken up 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to 25. final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And time running short here. They'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. And we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, whereas the visiting Falcons, who are able to come away with the victory. The Falcons with the best possible start to their season, a road victory in the opener. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. The Vikings playing well in their opener, trying to send the sellout crowd home happy. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. The Bills looking to get their season off on the right foot. They've got the lead on the road. In our game has been the play of Eli Manning. That's been the story so far. His 5 touchdown passes have him on a record pace. As for the call in the second half, we'll turn it back over to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you. We welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out in place. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to the general manager and say, is there any way you can get a trade?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dante Fowler in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. Looking for his receiver. Sharp, and it's intercepted. A.J. Bouye with a pick. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at the offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. That's complete right around the 8. And stop a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just goes right over the top of it because he can see everything. And sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To throw, Bortles. And he's got it. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tommy Bohannon from 3 yards out. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They used their fullback pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Cody Latimer now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, told me it didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. Secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Trying to turn the corner, but it's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
It has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafting the first round, they expect you to play right away. And community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, it all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
Manning gonna throw. Buying time to his left. Nope. This will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There was a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Flush to his right, looking for the end zone. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take a big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. It's caught. Shepard. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. On play action. Now Manning. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Manning. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A.J. Boye with the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. They come in off touchdown drive. The last time they had the ball to cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back, momentum may be shifting in their favor.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. Trying to find some space to operate. Now they'll have it. A gain of 12. A big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking. See a trip and fall when it happens in a game.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
If the guy's going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And that will blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. fun. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game. And if you still
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 92 yards. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. So from back deep in their home territory, all the way into the end zone, do you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because normal call is take care of the football,
Be safe.
Be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys in defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. You never want to give a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in at 200 yards.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dante Fowler in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's second 20. From the gun, it's Manning. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. They will take it off in for a Giant touchdown. Now Beckham, an even 90 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. That's fielded in the end zone, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again. And
when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And his throw here incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Mustin Safarian Jenkins. And it's second down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe we didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the legs still there. And the giant rescue home is down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while. Many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Throwing now is Bortles. Now they set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 to 24-yard line. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play. You can get the completion, or what you're counting on is your back to use his.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And they take over the setup shot at the 46-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now the tack on an interception here. This one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll get only a couple down to 44.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Give him a yard down to the 43. The Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now a handoff. This is Stewart. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll go for it. It's Manning. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Cody Latimer, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants add on to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go and prove it.
That's two sides of that coin, and look like they're going to protect it here in this one. Getting set to go again, Blake Bortles marches back onto the field with his offense. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball. He doesn't concentrate, drops it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And that will be incomplete as well.
Sort of looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet, man, that time. Ended up leading him just a bit too much.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Here's Beckham. Razzle-dazzle by OBJ. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. The handoff comes to Stewart. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Rolling to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think I'd unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Giants do snap it. It's Manning. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And that passing touchdown gives him the record for the most in a single game. We have seen a historic performance here in this one.
And the word that comes to mind for me, partner, is relentless. This guy today has been relentless in going after this record. And what an accomplishment. The new single-game record.
Rosas True on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Rosas now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the middle, take it down. And possession as they get it up past the 35. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets base hit, he's on base, bring a jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, put on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They give him a gain of 38. Time for a break. This one, all over but to shout it. We'll finish it after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bortles now on first down. They go to the screen. It's Yeldon. And he gets it inside the 10-9. That was good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. Right after turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points by the wayside on that one.
Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, this is really simple. Let's just say it. This quarterback is on fire. Touchdown after touchdown throwing the football. What a day for him.
Point after, but Lambeau up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about 23-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, the guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Manning to throw. Left side is Beckham. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start to grin widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will extend this big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Rosas now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start. As they get it out to the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Here's Bortles to throw. receiver complete. So the drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Throwing on first down is Bortles. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll break a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now it's the backup Loletta. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And he just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. And Lauletta's going to throw it here. Looking for Shepard deep. This is caught inside the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Giants, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they go down to defeat
the players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game. Once you're ready, go ahead and select Advance Week to get to your next game. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see a man back for a 15th NFL season. Eli Manning and the New York Football Giants take on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. With that, it's off to the home opener, and they'll do it big at AT&T Stadium in Dallas. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brendan Godden, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be brought out by a man who hails from Sulphur, Louisiana, played his college ball at Mississippi State, the quarterback Dak Prescott.
The numbers he put up as a rookie, outstanding. But were they really, truly sustainable? Remember, they were 13-3 his rookie season. They ended up going 9-7 in 2017. How about they went from 4 interceptions in 2016 as a rookie to 13 his second year? These are numbers that you didn't expect to stay the same, but I do expect Dak Prescott to continue to get better and better as a quarterback in the NFL.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. He finds an open pass to 40, and he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked big play. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the front. And the plays he's making, he's throwing in the offensive backfield.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. First down carry by Elliott. Gets past one man. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. When they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
On second down, Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop. A look at the starters now, the defensive side of the ball for the Giants. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on roll early. Chip away at their timing.
On third down, it's Prescott. This is caught at the end. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score game. Set down to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback, multiple-time Pro Bowler. It's, of course, Eli Manning.
We talk so much about how we just script things, especially on offense, to start a season, to start a game, whatever it is. They have scripted better start in terms of playing. Offensive player of the week in the NFC, and a team won their season.
Absolutely perfect start to the year, but all the talk was, hey, that was week 1. Now we got to move forward.
Let's do it again in week 2. That's what he's told his teammates.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air out right away. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Prescott now on second down. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice over there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confident about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be laughing for this one.
And down he goes just beyond the 35, and that pretty move got him some extra space to run. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 36. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
Like what we're seeing from the offensive line, they seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things, reestablishing the runner's scrimmage, moving that defensive front backward, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Beckham, the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback confidence.
And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. David Irvin breaking through again for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Smith. He's going to fire one deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. They scored most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
While there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents. We've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep a hit and a loose football? And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And careless with the football there on the kick return.
One thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy feeling a kick, you don't hear tuck it away.
And this is taken at the 5. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Giants are in for 6. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Rosas now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the other to take it down. And they're going to be set up in excellent field position past the 45.
Well, you give up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big time return. Now it's their chance to try to put points on the board.
They start on the ground rally. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Tip carried out for Elliott. Some extra space following the display power. Down just inside the 45. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop the shoulder to create or contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They just had to turn it loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd manageable with that run.
Now Prescott. Over the middle, the connection to Hearns. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Dak fighting the former Jag Hearns for the Dallas first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head scheme going.
Down right around 25. Credit him the 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
And the fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
But touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead what's coming up later this weekend. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that want to have the ball early.
And it's caught inside the 35. monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Touch to return now. Here's Deontay Johnson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Look at the big chunk now, because as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get it 6. I feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get it down at about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Press out. He's got a connection for Beasley. He got 29 yards at time. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. Quick throw here that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. From the red zone now, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get a stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To the air again, Prescott. And he'll make it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? No matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. They're finishing the first half in front style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This is take about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and tear it into the 2nd half.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. One effort, it result in the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up end. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brent, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Alex Collins, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, let's head off and check out the second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Calvin Ridley, well over 100 yards receiving with 3 touchdown catches. And finally on Monday night, a good one in the NFC. Seahawks, Bears from Soldier Field. In our game, it's been the play of Eli Manning. It's been the story so far. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you. And we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taking just shy of the 10 here. Oh, now he bowls him over. Breaks the tack now with Allen. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And it's a touchdown for the New York Giants. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This is a big score to start the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
I never want to make something more important than it actually is. Right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it up. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Second down, Prescott. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and that'll make it third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Prescott for a gun on third. That's caught by Beasley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And know something? I will hear about that from him soon.
I think the ball's out, and who's got it? The Giants!
Now, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
And he had and he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, 52 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jared Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So what are you, symptomatic? Yeah. I like that.
Analysis symptomatic of the success of this Wildcat.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it. As huge a threat as Ezekiel it is with the ball in his hands in the run game, I have to believe that the Cowboys want to continue to expand in the passing game. Excellent hands and run nice routes. They don't just have to throw it to him on screens either. They can make an integral part of the passing game and increase their offense.
58 catches through his first 2 years, so you expect that total to go up.
I think that he can get 58 catches in 1 year if they choose to concentrate on it.
Well, Zeke's having a great game here, Charles, in the second half. What was the difference rookie season to second season? Because he went from 5.1 yards per carry to 4.1.
Well, inconsistency. Remember, his second year, Zeke was in and out of the lineup a little bit, as well as his offensive line, where the front five pretty much played the entire way his rookie year. Last year, there were guys in and out of the lineup due to injuries as well. Not the same continuity.
Well, things clicking here in this one for him. They'll try to throw down. Press on. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. Wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he dropped the pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Allen Hurns, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. Latimer on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
Just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over, look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd 1. Getting to throw on 2nd down. They'll get that to the rookie, Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We'll give him 10 yards on that one. That'll earn him a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And just shutting him off there. 11 more on that one, and another first down. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Play action. Manning escaping the pressure right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear the film session. But, Coach, I thrown to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
Manning it in here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle to Beckham. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They got 29 yards that time. Into the red zone now. Manning. It is caught inside the 5. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now we'll play fake here on Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down. From the 2 now, second and goal. And apparently not liking what was taking place, so he'll just tuck it and take the sack.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's third and goal. Manning going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Buckley. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants of football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They're going to run. This is Stewart. And he'll be brought down at about the 4. He didn't get in, nowhere close. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here at 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in postgame, right? You just know that
he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up at the 14. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch, counter, punt, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time to the sack. Tyrone Crawford busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Better here as he maybe gets back to line. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. Now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they do.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception and as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because of his zone? Is he picking up man? Is he going to run with a running back or tight end? In any event.
Look for his receiver sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Jones. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping it can get away again.
It's a 3-score game, the 4th quarter. He finds Hearns left side. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time? Hopefully a chance to win.
His throw incomplete.
It went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll run it now, out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one to the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And they bring him to the ground just shy midfield. 17 yards on the pick up there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella run routes, it used to be when we were kids.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Olivier Vernon able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Good time set.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but it looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at premium in these games. Now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt in a big way.
So after the INT, it's Manning. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a low completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching.
It has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From midfield, here's Manning. It's caught. Shepard. A big 30-yard play on third. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Manning looking to throw it. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
It's a very short kick taken by Huntman. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now Dallas gets set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge. And I was like, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here. And do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
I probably just want to put this one behind them. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle after the catch, inbounds, keep it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 45. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball. On the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have. And all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Manning out of throw. He's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And thanks to the interception, the Giants offense cashes in with 6. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead will swell by one more. Rosas now to kick this one away. Here's Thompson to return it. Yeah, nice return, sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. A great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now Prescott toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. you're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Throwing. Prescott. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big time accomplishment.
And for 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league run right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. 1st down, Prescott. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come over.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Giants, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.